what are some examples of strategies that might involve consideration of the P's and the PEP?
So it's interesting. We see both strategies that are impacted and strategies that are important because they're not impacted. So the biggest ones that are impacted are the ones that are very sensitive to the timing of tax rates and marginal tax rates. So that's everything from, is it a good deal to actually do an IRA contribution or a Roth contribution? Do I want to do a Roth conversion this year? Should I be harvesting my capital losses or actually harvesting my capital gains? Because PEP and Ps can add up for capital gains in the same way that they do for ordinary income. The one that surprises people the most, though, is that the P's limitation is called a phase out of itemized deductions. And because of that, people often get very wary at higher income levels about aggressive deduction strategies because they feel like they're losing their deductions from the P's limitation. But the reality is that the P's limitation is always the same 3% of the excess income, regardless of how many deductions you actually have. There is a cap that you can't lose more than 80% of your total deductions. But once someone earns $1 million and they're, say, $700,000 over the line, they lose 3% of that, which is $21,000 in deductions. So no matter what their deductions are, they're just going to lose a flat $21,000, which means if they say, well, what benefit do I get if I donate $100,000 to charity while I'm subject to the P's limitation? The answer is, well, you get a $100,000 tax deduction. The exact same thing you would have had anyways, because the P's limitation, while we call it a phase out of itemized deductions, it's actually calculated based on your income, not your deductions. And so the driving force to it is not only recognize it does impact marginal tax rate strategies like Roth conversions and capital gain and capital loss harvesting, but it's actually not a disincentive for charitable giving because it's not actually calculated directly on the deductions itself.
Good point. Thank you, Michael.
My pleasure.